Hey, okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna post this video or not, but fuck it. Whenever I feel really, really hopeless and sad, I start recording now. I mean, it's like a couple of months ago, about like 3 or 4 months ago, I discovered the channel DBDR. I've mentioned him in a couple of videos, and he kind of just resonates with me a lot because I basically relate to like his mindset and like obviously not all of his backstory, but I relate to a lot of it because of just the overall hopelessness that he grew up with in childhood. But his childhood was definitely way worse than mine. I do want to make a formal, like, official video, like, kind of analyzing his channel and his personality and stuff, but I haven't been motivated to do anything, let alone YouTube. This video is going to be a little bit of a cry for help. I just feel like I've been sabotaged so much, and I don't understand, like, what I did to deserve this. Like, I've felt so much hatred and animosity from so many people in my life, and I don't understand why this shit has happened to me. And it sucks that I'm at this point, because if you've seen a lot of my previous videos, I do try to be very positive, and I do try to, like, but I don't know how to explain this. Like, DBDR, like, his channel is kind of cathartic because he kind of just embraces his misery, which to some people is, like, annoying. They're like, oh, you're just wallowing in your own misery. You just have to, you don't understand. Sometimes you just don't understand. You gotta understand something. That when you say stuff like, oh, well, stop being depressed, just focus on improvement, just like improve and, just get better in life. And I am a conventionally attractive woman, right? I can see that in the mirror, and a lot of people see that too. I know how to put myself together. I know how to put together a nice outfit. Every time I grab a hobby, I see how easily I can get good at that hobby. I can get very passionate about something if I feel like it, and I can really and I do try to stay consistent with my hobbies, drawing, learning languages, playing guitar. I'm gonna start practicing dancing now, and I'll probably post it on my second channel. So yes, I am very passionate. I do try. I'm passionate about things. I care about stuff. I am very, very, very passionate about psychology and sociology and understanding human beings, because since I have autism, I want to take it very seriously and do my best to be the best version of myself, and to try and understand people and be as compassionate as possible in order to build relationship skills. But the thing is that I feel like I just want somebody to be able to trust fall on, and I don't feel like I can ever do that. And it puts me into this position, like, mentally, where I just feel like nothing really has a point. I just feel like with the way that I was raised, I've been so deprived of validation from, like, my parents, which, they're supposed to give you the proper validation. They're supposed to make you feel secure so that you have proper coping mechanisms so that you can get out into the world and accomplish things, right? And I feel like I'm right there. Like, I have so many things and this is the reason, I'm not saying this to rub it in, to be like, haha, I'm better than anyone. I'm just trying to reflect on why the fuck I'm so stuck in life. Because I have the discipline to diet and exercise, easy peasy. I can maintain a healthy body weight and muscle mass super easy. Like, I'm very strong, I'm in really good shape. I know how to keep up with hobbies. I do my best to be as kind as possible, and I try to be a good person. And I'm in such a uniquely crazy, like, dumb position in life that it just doesn't make sense for me to not be successful, but I'm not, right? Like, I have potential, but it's like I'm living in a fucking glass dome, and I just can't I just can't connect with other people. And the thing is that in order to get opportunities in life, you need connections. Like, getting a job is like extreme difficulty when you don't have connections. Like, you need people skills, and you need a solid social network, and then people start connecting you to jobs. And the better your social network, the better jobs you're going to get, right? And when you don't have that, life is just on fucking hard mode. And the only friends that I've been able to attract ever since I was young is just friends that just secretly resent me. And then they end up like just hating me. And it's just so like I'm just so stuck. And it's because I get overwhelmed whenever I talk about this, and then I forget what to say because it's just so much. But I wrote this message to my psychiatrist. It's kind of like a cry for help. And I know you're not supposed to trauma dump on YouTube and stuff, but listen, if I regret this in the future and I'm like, oh, that was so cringe, it's at a certain point where it's like, I'm not having a mental breakdown right now, but I'm like close. But listen, if you're like having a medical crisis or something, right? And you're like screaming in pain because you're in a lot of pain, are you really going to look back in the future and say, oh, I was so cringe? Not really. I wouldn't do that to myself personally. I'm not that mean to myself. I can be mean to myself at times, but I'm not that mean to myself. It gets to a certain point where you really can't judge yourself anymore. Are you, like, if somebody stabs you and you start screaming in pain, are you really going to be in the future, oh, the screams were so cringy, I sounded so weird? Like, are you kidding me? It gets to a certain point where you can't do that anymore, and that's kind of how I feel now. So if it's like, oh, well, you're not supposed to talk about this stuff on YouTube, you have to put on a front and be like, oh, everything's good, and I'm just so... I can't do that right now. I can't post videos. I can't do anything. I haven't been able to do my homework. I'm so like, I don't know what the fuck to do with my emotions anymore. The only way I know how to cope with my emotions is by completely burying them. And that's the thing, right? This is the really tricky thing. People will praise you when you do that. People just, or not even praise you. They'll ignore you, but they'll be like, they won't give you the validation you need because you're not asking for it. But then they'll be like, oh, you're just such a chill person to be around. You just don't ask for anything. And I love that about you. You don't ask for much. You don't need things. You just like are so content being ignored and being mistreated and neglected. And that's just so awesome because I don't have to try as hard to like make you feel cared about. Like I don't have to do anything for you and you just bend over backwards for me type of thing. It's like, holy shit, dude. That's really the only way I know how to cope. Like, I just don't know how to confront people. I don't know how to ask for things. I don't, like, and it's just, it sucks because, like, because of that, like, you know, I'm a conventionally attractive woman. So then, you know, there's a whole, like, thing going on with women, like, in modern culture where, you know, kind of like the Shira 7 effect. Where, you know, like, it's like, oh, you're supposed to, the man better pay all the bills and stuff. And to a certain degree, I do want that. The thing is that I don't want to like financially take advantage of a man. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult for me to explain. It's almost like I don't want to like financially take advantage of a man, but it's almost like every woman in my family down the generational line has done like 50-50 with a man, or like, you know, obviously before women could work, like was like basically like bending over backwards for a man and like constantly trying to please him. And, like, my family line has remained in poverty for so long. And, like, just generational trauma, too. Just so much abuse. Like, sexual abuse. Just violence. And it really is, like, when you think about it like this, right? And if you're a guy listening to this and this offends you, look, I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. The way that I cope is that I just don't date. I just don't. I don't date. I don't have sex. I don't sleep around. I don't do anything. I just don't date, right? And then, you know, obviously people look at me and they make assumptions. Some people just assume that I'm, like, super innocent or whatever. Some people assume I'm a whore because I'm conventionally attractive. There's nothing I can do about that. But I don't judge other women for what they... Like, I'm never like, oh, she's a whore, fuck her, I'm better than her. No. I don't date because I don't know how to date without making it a complete disaster. Because it's like, oh, well, you have to love yourself first. I'm stuck in this Ouroboros of self-hatred. And I know that if I had, like, a super loving boyfriend... Oh, this takes me back to the 50-50 conversation, right? I don't necessarily want a guy who feels pressured into 50-50. I want a dude who just naturally... No, who feels pressured into, like, the whole provider shit. I just want a dude who naturally would want to do that. Like, just because of his own principles. Does that make sense? Or it doesn't even have to be the conversation of like 50-50 or provider or whatever. I just want a guy who just genuinely actually cares about me that I could trust fall on. And I just see so many guys who resent that and are like, what are you going to do for me and all this? And I understand, like, I'm not even mad. I understand where they're coming from, because it's like, oh shit, well, I don't want to get taken advantage of either. That's honestly understandable, genuinely. But I'm in this position where it's like, I already know that if I get with a guy that has like the 50-50 mindset, it's not even about, oh, well, I want to take his money. It's stupid, because it's so like psychological. It's the psychological implication behind it. I'm going to go into this relationship and I'm not going to feel as like taken care of and like nurture. I don't know how to explain it. It's gonna naturally build resentment as the years go on, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm like, I don't hate guys for wanting 50-50, if that makes sense. I don't do this thing where it's like, oh, you're not really a man, because it's not really like that. I just see the future. I see where that's gonna lead, and I'm like, well, that's not really gonna be really a good thing anyway. It's one of those things, 50-50 works for some people, it really does. But I think with my background and with like the way everything is, like, it's just like, if I find a dude who thinks like that, it's just not gonna end well. It's just not. And I would rather just be single, but at the same time, like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just stuck. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in all areas of life. Like, I do want a boyfriend. I do. I do want a fucking job. I'm so stuck, and I just don't have, it all starts with the emotional support. It starts there, right? So I say these things, right? And I get, well, what are you doing about it? What? I'm like running around blindly, like a blind rat in a maze, and I'm just struggling and like scraping at the walls. And it's like, well, what are you doing about it? I'm okay. My favorite metaphor for this is this. I'm slamming my foot on the gas in the car. It should be going 90 miles an hour, but the car is on park. So it's just wasting a shit ton of gas, but the car is not moving. Do you understand? So it's like, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? I imagine if like the handle is like stuck on park, like I can't move it into drive. There's like, something's broken. The car is broken. I literally cannot move it into drive. And it's like, well, move the car. And I'm slamming my foot on the gas, expending all the energy I can, but I'm not moving. It's like, I just need a little bit of fucking help. It's always like, well, what are you doing about it? Well, you have to fix all your own problems. Like, that's not gonna fucking happen. I can't do this, man. I know that I'm capable of working, dude. I know that I'm capable of making money. I know that there's nothing, logically speaking, that makes me an inferior subhuman compared to other people, that I don't deserve to have a life the way other people have a life. But that's my reality. I'm 25 years old. I barely have any dating experience. I only a couple of dating app meetups that didn't go anywhere. I'm like, dude, people are like, oh, well, you're a conventionally attractive woman, it should be so easy. It's like, I'm a target. Every time I go out and I try to just socialize and be a human like everyone else, people are trying to take advantage of me constantly. I just feel like I'm always in danger. I don't know who I can trust. People just see me as like a resource to be consumed. And they resent me. They just hate me so much. They're like, oh, you're just here to steal all the attention. You want so much social power. And they just automatically resent me. And I get so, and I see it now. I see it so clearly. I pick up on because I've studied it, basically. I didn't pick up on it naturally because of the autism, but I've studied it. And I see the patterns now. I see how people react to me. And I just want to like dip my face in acid. Like, maybe if I just dip my fucking face in acid, people will just like, oh, well, she's not that threatening anymore. Like, I'm gonna get the cons of lookism, like, when you're ugly and you get treated like shit. But maybe I will find solace with people who, like, I mean, the golden like spot is being average looking. If you're too ugly, it's a problem. If you're too attractive, it's a problem. If you're just average looking, that's where people they'll give you like community. Right? Because that's what I'm missing. I'm missing community outside of my mom and my fucking shitty ass stepdad, and then like just my little brother. Which this is psychological torture. I can't. This is fucked up. Why is my life like this? I'm stuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do, man. I'm just so stuck. Like, I'm just gonna read this fucking note that I sent to my psychiatrist, and then I'm just gonna fucking stop recording. I don't want to make this video super long because I just want to post it. I don't even want to edit it. Okay. I feel like I'm trapped in a hole so deep that no one can get me out. My behavior patterns have been shaped by my mom and my upbringing. I recognize that they're unhealthy, but it's not easy to just snap out of them. You don't have to take this as a serious cry for help or anything. I'm not going to hurt myself or anything like that, but I feel completely hopeless. I don't know how to express my pain anymore without crying uncontrollably. I have so much potential. I know that I see. I know that. My bad. I forgot to put a period there. I see how motivated I am and how much I love my hobbies and how deeply I care for people, but there's no way out of this. The last time I told you this, you kind of scoffed at me, which I'm not mad at you about, but I'm not gonna lie, it did hurt. I just want to say it again because I need you to understand the gravity of the situation. My early 20s are gone. She took them from me. You have to understand that my childhood, my teens, my early 20s, none of this was normal. None of it was healthy. I can't get out. I see so much potential in myself, and all I do is hide in my room. I have no idea how to break this cycle. My mom doesn't care. She's happy to see me stuck. It feeds her ego. I feel like I'm in hell, or maybe purgatory. I can't get out of this alone. I need someone to help me. I can't do this alone. I'm stuck. She set me up for failure on purpose because if I succeeded, it would have wounded her ego. Doing anything that would be a step towards success makes me extremely insecure and puts me into a state of almost fight or flight. I self-deprecate until I self-sabotage. Hiding in my room and being miserable and never talking to anyone and escaping into my head in a daydream is the only way I know how to live. I've been doing it since childhood, and she doesn't care. She's happy that I'm like this, and she lies and says that she feels bad for my situation, but she doesn't. Every time I try venting about it to her, she gives me empty hope or basically just cuts me off and changes the subject to be about herself. Whenever I do get a chance to talk to someone outside of my direct family, I completely trauma dump to them as basically a cry for help. What you're supposed to do is have small talk to build a friendship up over time, but I can't do that because I'm in a state of pure misery. My life is slipping by and nobody wants to help me, or the people who do want to help me can't. I have no idea what to do. I just wish someone cared enough to help. I don't really want to be alive anymore. The only way I don't cry my eyes out is by distracting myself and going into a mental state of complete apathy and disassociation. I don't even feel like I deserve the right to express any anger, so I just hold it in and it kills me. I don't know what to do anymore. My situation is not normal, and normal advice doesn't apply. Please, what am I supposed to do? Why don't I have friends and a boyfriend and a job? Why does the world hate me so much? Why does everyone treat me like a burden? Why can't I just have a normal life? What did I do to deserve this? So yeah, very emo, but dude, I didn't go to prom. I didn't have any friends in senior year because I had to move schools last minute in my senior year in high school. And I didn't even have strong friendships in junior year. I don't know how to make friends. Everyone always looks at me with either pity, disdain, disgust, resentment. And I don't know what it's like, what the fuck do you want? What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to act super confident, but I was set up from early childhood to feel extremely guilty for everything. And it's of course I'm going to be a shell of a human. And it's I was just set up for, and it's nobody else's fault except my mom's. I'm being so serious. It's literally her fault. And I was just fucking screwed over. And the only people I attract are abusers because they see my low self-esteem and they're like, haha. And then it's my fault. It's well, it's you have to get over it. It's I don't even have a fucking clue on where to start. You just start being confident. Dude, I have moments where I'm super confident and I can kind of dilute myself into it, and then it just completely crumbles down at the slightest hint of rejection. I don't have the fucking skills from childhood to it's I just wish somebody would fucking, I don't even know. It's so my brain is fucking stuck, man. That's why it's a lot of my videos are just me constantly just trying to figure things out and understand and separate other people's projections from me. Okay, just because somebody hates me doesn't mean I have to hate myself, right? And that's why I talk a lot about the whole lookism conversation. It's not because I am vain and obsessed with looks. It's because I've in fucking later adulthood have learned to talk about looks a lot, right? Or I guess my later starting from the age of 23, I would say. 23 to 25 now. That's when I had to start thinking about looks, because that is a huge, it's not the only thing, but that is a huge component of why my life is the way it is, right? You know, if I was conventionally unattractive, I would probably have different experiences that could have been way worse, but the issue with the problems that come with being conventionally attractive is that you get gaslit out of them. So yes, being ugly would give you worse problems, and I'm not doubting that. I'm not discrediting the pain of what people go through due to lookism when they're ugly. Or that feels mean to say, but I'm just trying to shorten the word. But you know, conventionally attractive, to say it in a more polite way, by societal standards, right? So because, you know, people go through a lot of shit because of that, right? And, you know, for me, I would say that my pain perhaps is not as severe, because I do get spliced in validation of like, oh, but you're so beautiful, blah, 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 whatever the fuck that means. Or just people being nice to me for no reason, even though it feels hollow. And it doesn't, that little like feeling of, oh, wow, somebody was nice to me, it doesn't last very long, because people never are like, I never feel like people are there for me. I don't feel like people really care. They don't actually care about me as a person, right? So, you know, obviously somebody who's conventionally unattractive, they're going to get that feeling of people not actually caring about them as a person, plus bullied and insulted. I just got ignored because I did not do the thing that I'm supposed to do. I did not play the role. I did not say the appropriate lines. I was not a good actor, and I did not be a good puppet for the role I was supposed to be based off of my meat suit. My meat suit, right, my flesh husk, is the attractive woman. So I'm supposed to play this certain role that I don't know how to play. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in the daily interactions, what I'm supposed to say. But as far as I can glean, based off of my research, literally research, from what I can tell, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to be confident, but not too confident. Just confident enough. I have to constantly balance the needle and make sure that I'm masking and performing in the perfect way that people will accept. And I have to be confident so that people don't feel like I'm a burden, like they have to like boost my self-esteem or help me out with that. They don't have any responsibility, but at the same time, I'm not so confident that I make them insecure because I'm arrogant. So I have to constantly humble myself, but then be confident, and then humble myself and be confident. Okay, well, I'm not that good. Oh, but no, you don't have to soothe my pain. No, because I'm confident. I love myself, so I'm not a burden on you. But I'm not so confident that I'm threatening your ego. I still hate myself a little bit. So you see how, and it's like so fake and performative too. It's like nobody actually thinks like that. I'm a human. I do need people to comfort me and to tell me that it's going to be okay. And mean it, genuinely, right? I do need people to actually show that they give a fuck about me through action. Yes, I do need that. And I don't think I'm an arrogant person if I build up a healthy, reasonable level of confidence. That doesn't mean that. But if you're confident as a conventionally attractive woman, people are like, oh, well, you think you're better than me? I don't. I really don't. I don't think I'm better than you. But you see, if I build up confidence, right, that what that does is that makes it so that I'm not a burden on you. I can't be both. I can't be perfectly confident and also perfectly humble at the same time. It doesn't make... I mean, their definition of humble is never doing anything to make them feel insecure. And what makes people feel insecure is different for every individual. So if I wear something modest, quote unquote, that's going to make somebody feel insecure. If I wear something showy and you know, sexy, that's going to make another person feel insecure. If I dress tomboyish, it's going to make someone insecure. If I dress girly, it'll make someone insecure. If I'm shy, it makes someone insecure. If I'm introverted, if I'm extroverted, if I do this, if I do that, there's no solution. There's nothing I can do. There's no end. It's just forever being the antagonized person. It's just like, oh, well, fuck her, because it's just like I just don't have fucking allies. I just don't have people that I can trust fall on. And it's so fucking lonely, man. It just feels like what the fuck? It feels like life doesn't have meaning. just focus on yourself, bro. Self-improve. It's just like, what the fuck is the point of anything? Like, even if I had all the money in the world, what the fuck is the point if, like, nobody loves me? What's the point? Oh, just get the money. Oh, just get this. Oh, well, fuck everyone. You're gonna rise to the top or whatever. Like, that doesn't motivate me. Because success is cool, but the only way I can enjoy success is if I can share it with people and lift other people up. But people don't want me to lift them up because I make people jealous. Oh, you think you're better than me? That's why I don't need your help. And it's like, I needed your help. That's why, the reason why I'm helping you is because I'm trying to show you what I need. I want you to help me too. Not because I want to be a burden on you, but because somebody helping me makes me feel like a human. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel loved and seen and taken care of. And I want to do that for other people too. I want to take care of you and then you take care of me. Why can't we have that? You know? So it's just over, man. I don't really see what the point of life is. At this point, it's just a joke. And I just don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Obviously I need a job. But I'm just so stuck because I'm very self-aware about the patterns that my mom has conditioned me to follow in terms of, like, the way that I act. And the main one that brings me shame is the oversharing. I have conversations with my mom that are extremely inappropriate that I should not be having with her. And boundaries are just completely gone with my mom. Like, that ever since early childhood, she's been involved in, like, asking me overly sexual questions that she should not be asking me. Like, even when I was a little kid, and having overly sexual conversations with me, and it's just like, and at this point, I don't even question it, and I just, like, randomly overshare with her about stuff like that, and I shouldn't be doing that, but at the same time, it's like, if I stop, she's gonna be like, oh, are you ignoring me? What did I do? And it's always about, like, soothing her. Like, it's always like, oh, mom, no. And she's always like, oh, but was I a bad mom? Because, no, mom, you did your best. Why am I, dude, she fucked me up, man. I'm, like, psychologically fucked. Like, I have, like, no social life. I have no job. I'm, like, stuck. I have, like, no confidence in myself, despite the fact that any outsider looks at me and is like, holy shit, if I was you, I'd be so confident. No, you wouldn't. Because if you were me, you would have grown up in the same fucking situation with the same parents, and you probably would not be very confident. And I'm just going to close the video off, because I could ramble forever with, like, my mom said something today, because she dragged me along to, like, a Catholic church, which I guess I'm going to have to start going to. At least they're going to try and get me a job. Like, they're getting me connections and stuff. So that will be a lifesaver if they can get me a fucking job. Holy shit. I'll just play along. I'm not really religious. I don't hate religion, but I'm not really religious. But I'll just play along. God, oh, God, ooh. I'll play along for a bit just so that we can, like, get me a fucking job, okay? It might be a shitty job, but I can save the money and we can start fucking getting a life together. Holy shit. I just need something. It's like, I just wish my mom actually gave a fuck about me and actually set me up for success in life. I just don't understand what I fucking did to deserve this level of sabotage. Because I know my mom sabotaged me psychologically, and she's so nice to me because it's almost like she's like, imagine a wild animal that is being nice to you in the moment because it just had a meal. Kind of like a snakes. Like, snakes, when they've just eaten, they're, like, much less aggressive because they're not hungry. Like, it just ate, so it's not really going to attack you unless you, like, really threaten its territory. That's how my mom is. Like, if I really threaten her ego, then she'll attack me. But right now, she's not just randomly attacking me because because she's satiated. And what did she eat? What did she satiate herself with? My teens and my early 20s. They're gone. I'm 25 now. And the reason why I say they're gone, oh no, is not because I'm really that scared of aging. Nobody wants to age, but I'm not, like, terrified of it. It's just, it was stolen from me because I was set up to feel guilty for doing anything that would lead me towards independence. My mom was always like, just stay in the house. Just stay put. That was her favorite line. Just stay put. That was her favorite line. Just stay put. Just stay in that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I mean, dude, I didn't go to prom. I've never had a boyfriend. I don't have friends. I don't go out. It's like, she won. She took my life she won. And that's why she's so nice to me, because I've given her my youth, because I'm going to be honest with you, with these types of parents, I'm going to say the word, I know it's a buzzword, but listen, narc. I don't know if she really is a narc or not, but she has the traits. We're just going to say narc traits, okay? I'm not here to diagnose no one, but listen. With narc parents, they are jealous of their children. They don't show it because jealousy is an embarrassing emotion, especially for a narc. They don't want to admit that because that's saying, this person's better than me, blah, 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 yeah, whatever. If you're jealous of someone, that doesn't mean that person's better than you, but that is too complicated of a conversation for a narc, so we're not going to go there. But what happens is that the narc is jealous of their child. So, for my mom's case, I'm 100% sure she's jealous of me and my youth. And because of that, she set me up for failure psychologically, and anytime I tried to step towards independence, she would blow up at me and guilt trip the fuck out of me and make me out to be a monster. And there's a couple of moments where it was more obvious than others, but yeah, that definitely had a toll on my mental health. It fucked me up. It messed me up. And I don't know how to break out of this mental spell. I just wish I had a boyfriend who could just fucking save me, honestly. I know I'm literally a damsel in distress. It's so bad. But I don't want to like take advantage of a guy and be like, "Oh, pay all the bills." It's almost like I wouldn't mind doing 50-50 if I had a guy who like just truly loved me and like trusted me and understood me as a person enough to know that I'm not trying to take his money and take advantage of him or anything, but who could just like fucking like imagine a guy who's like, I'm 25, so I wouldn't mind dating a guy in his 30s, right? So imagine a guy in his 30s who just like has some shit going, he has like a nice place, he has like a lot of money and stuff, he's not struggling at all, he's chilling, and he's just like, he likes me a lot, whatever, he thinks I'm fucking hot or whatever, and then also he likes my personality. And then he's just like, just come live with me, right? And he's not abusive, right? Obviously, this could happen, and it's very likely the guy's abusive, and I'm fucked, right? But imagine he's not abusive, right? And he's just chill, and he's just like, oh, just come live with me, right? So I just go live in his place, I'm gonna clean the place up, I'll cook and stuff, and whatever. And then in the meantime, he's like motivating me to get a job. He's like, here, look at these openings, and he's like reassuring me, like, like, you're so, like, talented, you're so capable, you got this, like, even if you don't get this job, you're gonna get another job, like, I love you so much, you're so capable. Dude, I would fucking, like, skyrocket to success, dude. And then, obviously, when I have money, I'm gonna buy him shit, I'm gonna fucking, like, love on him and shit. I love buying people shit, but it's just, like, if I had a dude who could do that, it would just, like, save my fucking life. And it's crazy because the thing is that, like, obviously, like, not every guy, I'm not generalizing, but from what I can tell, right, there are a lot of guys who want to do stuff like that, right? So the way I feel it is like this. I have this desire, so my counterpart has the same desire to, like, do the same shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's so much media. I mean, recent times it has kind of shifted, but throughout history, there's just so much media of, like, dudes just saving girls and shit, right? So it's like, obviously, when it's forced, right, it can be like annoying and corny, or like, just kind of like, if that's not somebody's romantic fantasy, it should not be forced on them. However, I think a lot of straight people have this romantic fantasy. I'm just going to be honest, right? It's just the problem with it is that from both the dude and the girl's perspective, this fantasy can easily cause people to be taken advantage of. And I'll start with men, right? So with men, a lot of men have this joke where it's like, I thought I could save her type of thing, right? Like, like he just wants to save a girl who's like maybe like an alt girl, she's like an emo girl or something, and she has like a lot of problems, and but he just wants to like love on her and like whatever, and then like help her with her problems and shit. And I kind of fit that bill, but I'm not like I no hate to these girls, because they obviously have a reason that they're like this, either they have like BPD or bipolar or just like severe trauma and stuff. So I'm not hating on these girls, but I do have this like obviously autism, ADHD, so I do have like some mental problems, but I'm not like so emotionally unstable to the point that I'm like gonna scream and yell at a guy. Not really. Like, what happens when I feel neglected in any sort of relationship is I kind of just shut down. I just get inside my head. I get really quiet. But it doesn't really take much to reassure me. I just kind of need like, when I get a boyfriend and stuff, to just kind of like, just verbally remind me, and also, obviously like physical touch affection, and like just kind of like verbally remind me like I love you, like just, and like, through action as well, like making sure to check up. It's not even always about buying me stuff. Like, I'm not really, like, I don't really want that much stuff to be bought. It's just more so like you're safe type of thing. Like, you're safe, you're loved, that kind of shit. And obviously I want to do the same thing back to the dude. Like, I want to make sure the dude feels loved and safe and like, all that shit. So obviously this is very idealistic. It's really hard to find this because a lot of people have issues and stuff, but it does exist. I do believe it does. And if I'm this romantic and lovey-dovey, I know that there's a dude out there who's the same way. I know it's not. And also, obviously a dude that meets my physical type, because it's like, oh, well, that's shallow. Not really. I mean, dudes are like, oh, I don't want to date a girl who looks a certain way. Most women are the same way. It's not that I think somebody is inferior to me if they are not my physical type. It's just... Sorry, I cracked the fuck out of my neck. It's just, if I am not sexually attracted to the dude I'm with, it's not going to work. It's not, oh, you don't deserve love. No. It's literally like, if I don't get turned on by the dude I'm with, it's just not going to work. It's basically just going to be a friendship. I mean, at the end of the day, what happens is dudes shame some girls enough to be like, oh, well, you're shallow, fuck you, why don't you give a guy a chance, just give him a chance, that whole spiel. What you're doing when you do that is you are putting the woman in a position where she is going to fake orgasm. She's just going to fake it. And then she's going to be like, oh, I'm so attracted to you, If you want her to fake it and you don't care, then that's on you, but deep down inside, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that she's really not that into you. And she's just like very unenthusiastic about you. You don't want that. You don't want to pressure somebody to be with you. And that goes with women too. Sometimes women pressure men into that shit. So, yeah. But, the whole saving thing. I think there's a lot of guys who do want to save girls and stuff, but they feel like scared that they're going to get taken advantage of. So then they're like, oh, fuck you, get your own shit. And it's like, whenever I hear guys talk like that, I'm almost like, I mean, it could just be like whatever, but I feel like most of the time when guys talk like that, it's resentful, right? It's entirely resentful, because I feel like most dudes, not all, obviously, I don't like to generalize all, but I feel like most straight guys, the idea of like saving a girl is very, very romantic to them. Like they do really like that. The way that they say it is like they like to feel needed, right? And like for women, like, the complementary desire is, especially for me, it's kind of like I like to feel like when I need you, you'll be there for me, right? But obviously, I don't intend to like drain a guy, not just financially for sure, but also just energetic wise. Like, I don't want to drain him until he's like consumed by me. Like, you always have to think about me. I want a dude who has a strong social life, like good friends. He goes out with his friends. And I want to be able to trust him enough that I know he's not going to cheat too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's just a lot of factors that I play. Like, I'm not a cheater, would never cheat. So hopefully, like, he's not a cheater, stuff like that, But it's just things like that it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, to find that kind of guy is so fucking difficult because of the fact that I'm like, my self-esteem is in the garbage. But it's almost like a part of me is like, with my self-esteem, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna sound childish and petty, and I do have to end the video soon, holy shit, but, dude, the idea of a guy being like, oh, your self-esteem is low, unattractive, it's like, yeah, well, fuck that. I want a dude who sees beyond my low self-esteem and is like, I know that that's not the real you. Your self-esteem is low because of what you've been through. You deserve better. You know what I mean? Because I'm never going to be, like, my self-esteem is never going to be so low to the point that, like, a guy tries to, like, boost me up, right? like a genuine attempt to like boost me up and make me feel good and stuff, and like let me know that he loves me and he's there for me and shit. And I'm like, oh no, no, no. Like, I'm never gonna just like choose misery. I'm always gonna like react to that and like be like, yeah, you know what? I do have a lot to live for. You know what? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't even get that. I don't get any attention from dudes. Like, none, bro. They just ignore me, and I don't understand why, because I'm conventionally attractive. And it's like, oh, you're an arrogant bitch that you think it's just looks. Shut up. Don't give me that. Let's be real here. What I'm trying to say is, what comes out of guys' mouths and the behavior is a contradictory thing, is what I've noticed. So I'm not saying, oh, I'm conventionally attractive and I don't get a lot of attention for guys. That's strange. I'm not saying that out of nowhere. I'm not saying that because I'm a vain, arrogant bitch. I'm saying that because I am observant. I observe the way men speak, and then I look at their actions and I see a contradiction. Are we following? God, I'm sorry to sound condescending, but I can already hear like a reaction to that of like, oh yeah, well you see, it's not all about looks because that's shallow. I need you to understand, sir, that the only reason I think that is because I listen to men, and I hear a huge chunk, not a small amount, a very large number of men say, men are physical, men want a girl who looks a certain way, blah, 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 blah. Okay, understood. Point taken. I will apply this logic to my reaction to your behavior. Do you see? 1 + 1 = 2, so don't make it my burden. Oh, well, you're the shallow one. No, sir. I am reacting to the information I have been given, okay? Thank you. Fuck. I hate that kind of, like, psychological game where people try to make it seem like you're the one that's the problem. I'm not. I'm reacting to my environment, buddy. I'm not... you see what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And this is a huge... all this whole conversation is a smoke and mirrors distraction from the reality that there really is nothing wrong with prioritizing appearance in a relationship. That actually is not a bad thing. It does not make you shallow. I'm not saying men are wrong for that. No. In a friendship, that's not important. I personally don't think that appearance should be important in a friendship, right? Some people do take that into consideration because they want their social life to gain them a certain image to the world. So they want their friends to look a certain way. For example, maybe they don't want to be friends with someone who's out of shape because they're in shape, and they want to have a squad of people who all work out for many reasons. Okay, there you go, right? Or they want to have a bunch of friends who are all emo, right? Because they're all in this clique together and they all have this aesthetic. Okay, that's fine, right? But for me, right, I personally don't care about people's appearances in terms of friendship. Because to me, logically, the way that I see it, friendship is focused on personality. Relationships are focused on appearance and personality. One is not more important than the other. Both are required for the recipe to work. You cannot have one without the other if you're going to be in a healthy relationship with someone, in my opinion. Some people are more strict about appearance than others. I have a very particular type. But just because somebody is not my type doesn't mean that they're not very attractive. Somebody can be very attractive, but they're not my particular type. That's a thing too, because I'm the kind of person who has a particular type. Not everyone's like me. Some people are very open and will date people who look a lot of different ways, and either way is not a big deal. Picky type, not bad. Not picky type, not bad. It's all good. There's no reason to make one better than the other. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I am a very live and let live. I accept people for their differences type of person, and I'm starting to realize just how rare that is in the world. Like, many people are not like that. There's a lot of people who are very like, no, my way is the right way. It's like, you're just dumb. You have to understand that there's so many different types of people with different goals and different desires that people are going to have different things going on. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, I should probably end it here. I kind of like talking like this because I turned something that's like really like painful. Like, obviously I started off like really, and I'm still not in a great mood, but I'm not gonna lie, talking about what I want in a dude, it's like, that is a huge uplifting thing. That's a huge cope that I've had too, just like romantic fantasies and stuff. I know it's really embarrassing to admit, but like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't care. If in the future I'm like, oh, these videos are so cringe, it is what it is. But I just want to talk about this shit with someone. Like, it just is what it is. Like, yeah, I do have a romantic fantasy of being saved. Okay, it is what it is, right? And I also kind of want to save a dude. Like, I want a dude who I can meet certain emotional needs that he has, and I can meet them. Like, he has certain insecurities that I can soothe as well, right? Because the way that I see my situation is that my financial situation is fucked because I'm insecure. And then I'm insecure because of my financial situation, and it's like a Ouroboros type of thing. It just continues and continues and continues. Oh, nobody hires me because I suck. And then because I have this I suck idea about myself, nobody hires me. It's like, and also, you know, obviously the job market is fucked too, but I feel like I need a hero. The Shrek song at the end of Shrek 2. I just need a dude to like help me break that cycle. I'm not even gonna lie anymore. And then when I find friends, you know, both male and female, I like being friends with people. No, like I said, appearance doesn't matter. But like, and then when I have friends, like I can show up as a better person for them, and I'm not gonna be so needy and like, oh, please help me. I'm in a crisis. I just need some. Because I'll have, like, my man for that. You know, he'll take care of me, like, emotionally and stuff. And he'll be patient with me. He'll understand that I have a lot of potential. And I mean well. And I'm disciplined. But I've been set up for failure. And, you know, I've been fucked over. But, yeah. It would just be really nice to have that. But, yeah. I'm going to end it here. Bye-bye.